Okay.
Alright,
Welcome back.
it's live. Hopefully, if I drop, it'll stay live.
Maybe, hopefully. We don't know.
It's
And I see
when
your head for
Chris
Google
dropped
Hangout.
out.
Alright, so,
We are live, by the way.
hello everyone, welcome to Hong Kong House of Cards for November 7th, 2015, for the next half hour anyways. And, immediately after the last scene, Riker would be getting a call.
Hello?
Hey Riker, it's Izumi.
Hey. You know you have a shit tonight, right?
Yeah, I know, but we've got council business going on right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
nobody's heard from any of the Hissien since Halloween.
Shit. Crap. I'm completely blanking on what happened on Halloween.
I already told you I could help you with that.
Yeah, there's all... Yeah,
Yeah.
gather whoever you can and meet me at the night market. I want to figure out exactly what happened.
Okay. I've got Jonathan with me and some of the mages.
Okay, that'll work.
Alright. Okay, where in the night market?
Meet me by the north traditional Chinese medicine shop.
Okay, I know where that one is. Alright, I'll see you in a minute.
Alright.
You hang up the phone and go. Okay, that was Izumi. Apparently the Hessian just have disappeared since have vanished since Halloween.
The SCM, you mean the Eastern?
Yeah. She's looking into it, and she's one on help at the North Gate, at the North doctor's office.
Alright, well, if there's anything I can do to help, let's definitely get on it then.
Alright. Make our way to the night market, at the North doctor's office.
Yeah. For those of you who've been in the city and know the night market very well, there are four traditional medicine shops in the night market that correspond to the four cardinal directions, and you've never seen them closed, ever. And Izumi is standing next to one, and it's closed.
Okay, this is odd.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The other three are closed too.
That's not, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they closed in a hurry, she says, noting the "we're closed" sign and all the lights are off.
Yeah, and they look like they're even neater than usual, like they just cleaned up before closing.
Yeah. I think it's in the interest of the council if everyone takes a look.
That's probably a good idea. Well, technically, I am working for the council. I was supposed to be working as a deputy to the Sun investigating the Adam being blood bonded issue, but this takes precedent.
All right. Well, as deputy of the Sun, as Tower, you're a deputy of the Sun, and I don't think we have any other major arcana here, but screw it.
Arthur will raise his hand.
Except
I'm
for
temperance.
Arthur.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's
Arthur's
right.
temperance.
You're temperance.
Yeah.
I think we've got our bases covered for crossing into another house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And she'll look at Jonathan.
I didn't ask guys to try to be cautious and don't do anything stupid.
Who?
And Izumi will nod, and she'll look at Jonathan. She'll say, "Since you're House of Cups, do you have any objections?"
Arthur is speaking into the Umbra.
He'll shake his head.
All right. In the Umbra, there are Umbral Guardians to the place. There is, oh God, I can't remember the name of them. They're the Chinese lion dogs.
Two dogs?
Who
There's
dogs?
two of those guarding the door. They're snarling at your animals, but they're not leaving their post.
What are my animals doing? Are they sticking their tongues out at them, or are they running away?
They're keeping their distance. They know the food dogs won't give chase, but they don't want to get close.
Question, Ari, is the Chimera that's been around me ever since I left Adam's place that I got the new claw acting weird?
In chimerical reality, they're just happy to be in a place where there's lots of glamour because the freehold's nearby and all the buying and selling and commerce and things is actually powering a lot of the glamour in the area.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're just happy to do that. They're completely ignoring the shop that's closed.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
Izumi's going to break out her lockpicks and start working on the door.
Ari, what would it take for me to open the door with matter?
It would take a Matter 2 effect,
Alright.
because you basically just need to jiggle the locks.
Alright, I'll go up to Izumi and ask her, may I?
Arthur's going to try to speak to the food dogs.
Go ahead. Arthur, what do you say?
What happened to your friends?
Friends told us to guard place, then left.
Did they seem freaked out?
They acted weird all day, and then seemed freaked out.
Excuse
Do
me.
you know where they went?
They give a shrug and they go, "You know, enter."
I don't want to enter your place. I just want to find your friends so that they're not hurt.
They give a shrug and they say, "We were told to guard. We guard."
Arthur will pull himself out of the Umbra. That was not enlightening at all.
Alright, so, I'll ask Izumi for her lockpicks.
Izumi will offer her lockpicks.
And I'm going to cast the effects of the lockpicks, and
Okay. Roll that, Arette.
yay!
Woohoo! You have enchanted lockpicks.
Cool.
All you basically have to do is jam them in the lock and you twist and and it opens.
yeah.
That's how I do it with most things.
Alright. Izumi opens the door, taking point.
Back to Izumi, by the way.
Hmm?
You give-
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Izumi opens the door and she takes point, seeing as she's probably the least squishy person here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And rather immediately, Mr. Natural Channel can make me a quick perception alertness.
Oh shoot, the spiritually attuned one's about to be bounced.
Alertness or awareness?
Alertness, because this is less about spotting magic things and more like spotting an obvious thing.
And failure. Not a botch,
Okay.
just failure.
So you don't notice a thing. Go on, but let's go on. The place is kind of eerie and quiet. Everything's very quiet. In fact, it's almost too quiet. Like any noise we make seems unnaturally muffled.
Can can Riker make a perception keening check?
Yes, he can.
Alright.
And people
2
can make
successes
equivalent
if
checks.
it's standard.
Yes, it's standard. There's a magical effect. There's a
Alright,
magical
can
effect
you
going on here.
roll? I can't roll.
Arthur's going to watch the weaving.
Yes.
Can you roll
2
dice
successes.
for me, someone? I can't roll.
Who can't roll?
Yeah.
How many dice do you have?
I can't.
How
Yeah,
many?
how many
Five.
dice?
So, Art, do you want to roll this, or should I do it?
I'll roll
Yeah,
for
5
him. Give me a
dice.
moment. I'll roll for him. Give me a moment.
All right.
As soon as it loads the dice stream.
Perception alertness, correct, Ari?
No, this would be awareness for you.
Awareness? Don't have either, so it doesn't really matter.
All right. You got 3 successes there, Joey. And
2 successes plus a successful watch
all
the
right.
weaving.
Anyone who got at least 1 success in the perception awareness knows that there's a magical effect going on in this room. The chi is acting very oddly, and mostly it's noticed you as soon as you come in. And holy crap! 2 foo dogs have just materialized.
Oh shit.
I didn't know they were opening that door. Are
Hey,
these
you
the
pulled-
two dogs?
These are the 2 foo dogs, and they're snarling at Izumi mostly.
Crap, no success.
And Izumi goes into a defensive stance but doesn't go any further. And the foo dogs speak in perfect Cantonese, in unison, leave.
In Cantonese, I'll ask why.
We were told to guard.
Guard against what?
We were told to guard.
What were you supposed to guard?
We were told to guard. And now they're rolling initiative.
God dang it.
Yay for she. Would these be Fae or actor to effect?
Hey, they're spirits.
Okay.
Okay. So going to. Hey, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Might not.
Me?
Both changelings are reporting glamour for
Jesus,
art.
right.
What's the banality of these things?
Like 2. They're spirits. They're really not banal.
Riker just hopscotched one to the ceiling.
On his initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on my initiative, which is 5 plus 8 is 13.
What's your dex? Because I also got a 13.
2.
And
Mine's
you gotta
4.
announce the lowest to highest, so. Alright, Joey. Rolling a D10 for you. It's an 8. What's your dex wits?
Dex is 2, wits is 2. So that'd be a 12. Yeah.
Alright. Everyone who can, please add your initiative to your counters. So it's easier to spot who's whose.
Oh, hold on.
And Brett, mind changing your counter to... Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I was changing the color so it would stand out better.
That's what I was about to ask you to do. So, okay, so the 13. So it goes. You announce lowest to highest. So Charles, and I'm not talking to Charles. I'm talking to Charles.
Got it. Well, if I'm going to be doing an effect, I would like to do an area of just fatigue, sloth, mental effects.
Okay.
And I might as well say I'm not going to be affecting anybody in the party, just the dogs.
Okay. So you're doing a thing. Got it.
A thing.
Yeah. They are both trying to attack Izumi because she's the most unaligned thing in the room.
Okay.
She's the only thing who's technically dead, so
Yeah.
that's gonna make her more unaligned than any of the rest of you. So, Brett.
All right. Oh, my declaration. Arthur.
Oh wait, no.
is
Izumi. Sorry, Izumi was before you
no
on the
problem.
line. Izumi is going to offensively block. Now, Brett.
All right. Arthur is going to try to calm down the spirits.
Okay.
So
And,
like a manipulation on the or something like that.
All right. Joey.
Jonathan is going to pop that very fun scene and Faye and use dictum to command them to stand down.
All right. And Mr. 13s.
Oh.
You're the ones who get to roll first.
Yep.
Time age.
Well, crap. Unfortunately,
Stop time! Oh wait, you don't have that yet.
Riker and Jonathan and Jackson, I should say.
yeah, I know, right? Unfortunately, some jerk woman is technically a matter, and I'm not a matter mage, so I can't I can't time travel that bitch and give her celerity. God damn it.
Oh.
Yeah, she is a matter pattern. Sorry.
Yep.
You could slow the dogs because they're spirits, so that's spirit instead of time.
You mean spirit instead of matter?
Spirit
Yeah.
instead of matter, yeah.
Well.
Ow.
Oh man.
Ow.
Well, unfortunately, what I really need is for some of our slow people to speed up.
Well, if you slow down some of the fast enemies,
Yeah.
persist as well.
Well, I'm gonna attempt to slow down the dogs, but it's not gonna go very well. I can tell you that now.
Well, clear your dice, then roll your ret.
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, Chris.
Yes.
Oh, what are you doing?
While he's doing that.
Oh, I got you too confused. Bear.
While he's doing that, Riker is going to hold out his hand and jerk upwards and say, "Bounce, bitch!" and with force successes. He did bonk with four successes.
So yeah, one of them is now in a field of reversed gravity. It is bounced completely to the ceiling and is really confused and is trying to stand up.
Well, you see him now. Thanks, guys. I really didn't want to have to deal with a flying.
Really confused poo dog.
So, what was your effect, Jackson?
So far, nothing, because I haven't had enough successes to have any effect.
Sweet. Okay,
I got one success, which is not enough to do shit.
Jonathan.
Can he use a bonk to lower the difficulty of this?
Depends on the bunk.
He's gonna slam his cane on the ground and yell out, "Stand down."
Okay. Roll it.
It's charisma
Their-
plus.
Yeah, their
Fey.
banality
It'd
is
be
their
5
banality
dice.
low, but they've got a very high willpower.
So it's 5 dice, but I can't roll it because my dice roller isn't
All
working.
right, give me a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's damn fickle Google gods.
And if I'm understanding it right, every success I get is 6 plus that success in order for difficulty
Yeah.
for them to resist. So that would be like an 8 for them to resist there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they've got 10 fucking dice of willpower because they're goddamn spirits. And that's still enough.
Okay.
Probably should have
So
gone after
you-
this one more.
Yeah. Dictum didn't take. Brett.
Is it possible to use manipulation Umberlord to make these calm?
You'd be using manipulation and probably expression.
Crap. What about empathy?
You can try manipulation empathy, but they're kind of too far gone for that.
Of course.
You need to really get to their attention at this point. They're kind of really too far gone to just be talked down.
Sorry. Okay, out of character. That was my bad. Yeah, forgot I learned it. That was 5 successes. Yeah, that's
So it
all
is
been
completely
just
upside down now. It's like
yeah, it just went.
it's now barking at us from the ceiling and can't reach us.
Depending on how high the ceilings are. Most places, the ceilings are 7 feet high.
Yeah.
And those
It
dogs,
can't quite reach us, at least.
So, are you saying that I can't do it with manipulation empathy?
Not really. These things were made to fight anything that tried to go inside.
Alright, so Arthur can't really do anything right now.
Yeah. Sorry.
No problem.
Izumi is going to defensively block against the one that's about to attack her. She'll roll for that first because she goes first. That's Dex and martial arts. 8 frickin' dice.
She'll block it before it even happens.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweet. And it's going to attack with its Dex and Growl. 1, 2, 3, 4. Izumi wins, which means she does her strength and damage. Ouch, this thing took 3 lethal. One moment. Yes?
Oh man. Means there's 2 people here with martial arts.
Doing other things.
And a pacifist that's trying to talk it down.
A pacifist and one semi-mage changeling that's holding a food dog on the ceiling.
Yeah, Jonathan's only powers are telling him to calm the fuck down because he's the she and that's what he does.
Alright, give me a moment. One sec, you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Too bad this isn't the dreaming. Forget burning at Galan.
If it was in the dreaming, we would probably just overpower him with appearance.
That's kind of, well, yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah.
Because in the dreaming, a she's appearance goes up, but their empathy goes down. That's why, like, the she like to take people into the umbra into the dreaming when they have sex with them, because then they look hotter. Plus, in the dreaming, which is why commoners don't like going in the dreaming with them.
Yeah. Why did we invoke the weird? Seriously, why did we invoke the weird?
Who invoked weird?
We didn't.
Because that would have done this, because we would have had the same effect because it brought.
But invoking the
Yeah,
weird
well,
costs
based
glamour,
on
and right
the-
now I'm
on the-
working with 2 glamour. I can't invoke the word because then I won't be able to do anything. Because I only have 2 glamour left.
Oh. How many glamour did you have? How much did you
Because I
glamour?
enchanted.
Et moi?
I only have a glamour pool of 4. He's only a wildling.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, I almost forgot. You would have sensed his permanent glamour pool went up.
Who would have, Arthur or Jonathan?
Riker.
Okay.
Riker.
Yeah.
Can't know what he's about to do next when I come back.
Yeah, I did not build a combat character, so this is like the worst possible situation for me to be in. I am going to be next to useless.
You did. You're not the only one. You're not the one. His favorite weapon right now is kind of at his freehold because
Okay, I'm back.
he was going into combat
Welcome
tonight.
back.
Hi.
All right, I'm gonna finish off the round, and then they're gonna try to escape through the Umbra. So, Nick,
Hola.
roll for your thing.
Oh, alright. You need a description of the effect?
Yes, please.
Well, Hodge. Make them really tired, lethargic.
Okay.
Make them want to go to sleep.
You're trying to mentally manipulate them. You will need spirit.
Nope, don't have that. Sorry.
So you try to reach out to their minds, and you find out that they don't have any brains. So you can't affect their patterns because they're spirits.
Yep. You guys can
And what's going to happen is that at one of them getting like completely out of the fight because it can't quite reach us from the ceiling, and the other one tries to bite us, and Izumi just punches it in the face as it approaches.
Nice.
Yeah,
so bad for
it sprawls on the side. They whimper a bit and they escape into the Umbra.
Yeah, we had like the worst possible party for a fight here. This is not a combat party.
Yeah, well, that's why they only had 2 foo dogs. They're not really powerful things.
Yeah. And we kind of overpowered them with what we had.
Yeah, with sheer numbers and an Izumi.
And yeah.
Hey Ari, if it makes you feel better, the next turn I was going to be using my martial arts too,
Yay.
because
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
yeah.
So as soon as they're gone, as soon as they disappear, actually, the lights come on. And this place still seems like unnaturally quiet. Everything's muffled. The electricity's come on. Yeah.
Well, also because of my echoes, there's still the aura of otherworldly power and flickers at the edge of our visions. So, I mean,
Yeah. Well, there's always that, which just adds to the creepy factor. The electricity's on, but it's like flickering. never notice just how many bones there are in traditional Chinese medicine until you come into a shop when it's creepy.
So,
Nice.
alright, what do I see? I have a prime effect, a matter effect, and a mind effect all up on my.
And aren't you
Carmen
enchanted?
screwed up too.
And
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
enchanted.
he's enchanted.
Okay, so there are Nightmare Chimera fluttering around.
Yeah, this is not good.
They're ignoring us for the most part, but they're gobbling other Chimera.
I'm not quite sure
And
what.
it actually feels. One of them actually has a fucking pumpkin on his head. It feels like they're all leftovers from Halloween.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
As for your mind, matter, and prime effects, mind. There's no other minds here, besides those Chimera, but they don't count.
Yeah.
Matter. Those are actual bones. They're not illusions. They're actual fucking bones. They've been hermetically treated and preserved with some sort of chemical.
I would be able to tell what type of chemical it is, but I'm not going to do that to an SC.
It's formaldehyde.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure that their bones wouldn't fall apart while they were using them to tell the future.
Ah, okay. You know they're supposed to crack, right?
Yeah, they crack, but you don't want them to fall apart. You want to reuse them for a couple of these tellings.
Ah, alright.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a cost-saving measure to preserve the bones. And prime. There's a lot of these things. A lot of the things in here look like they used to be actual magic, but someone has taken their magical power for safekeeping. It's the best way to describe it. Like the things could be magical again at a very short notice.
That's very strange. Alright. Would I know who would be able to do that with any of my lores, or why?
Do you have Hissien lore?
Nope.
Nope.
Do I know why they would do it?
Do you have Hissien lore?
No. Would I know
Nope.
anybody else that would do it?
Okay. Do you have any kind of knowledge of tactics or?
You're talking to a techie, not a general.
All right, I'm going to give you this much, and it's going to be as vague as possible.
So no.
If someone was leaving a place but expected to return, they might take some supplies with them.
Okay.
There's a crash in the other room.
Oh man.
Burning a glamour and activating chicanery,
Okay.
which is basically going with Veiled Eyes, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes because I wounded, and going to check out the crash.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
You get to
that's
the
what I
other
did
room.
with it.
You get to the other room, and there's what looks to be a raccoon digging through the area, and he spots you, and he immediately bolts.
You saw me?
Hey, Ari.
Yes, he saw you because it wasn't an ordinary raccoon.
Ari, can I do a mind? Was it a mind?
Yes,
Okay.
but he's using things to make it so he's hard to spot.
Can I do a mind effect?
Yes, you can.
Chimerical reality. Did I see a chimerical thing?
2 successes.
How long have you hung around the?
perception.
How long have you hung around the Hissien? How much, I should say.
I've taken my new for a checkup with these guys at some point.
All right. They
So,
don't have anything really chimerical weird about them, but like the air around them flows weird to your senses. It's like in the chimera, the air never actually touches them; it goes around them. You notice that happened to this raccoon.
I'm following the raccoon.
All right, the raccoon is bolted into a small little hole.
Hey Ari, that effect I was going to do, I was trying to do before it bolted too far away,
Yes, go ahead.
and I got 2 successes, so it and a 1-round effect. I want it to fall asleep, just fall
Alright.
into like a narcoleptic.
Roll your ret again against something else, something it's doing.
Okay.
It's got a passive
Yeah.
don't see me, don't affect me effect.
And I got 2 successes for perception keen to see anything magic from the raccoon.
Hey, guess what? You don't get backlash.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's but you can feel it's really trying to resist. It's really something it has is really trying to resist what you're doing.
Does the effect go through?
No, it does not. It is in a hole in the wall. Everyone can hear it's in the crawl space.
Okay.
Well,
Izumi looks like she's winding up to do something. Everyone else gets a chance to do stuff.
Don't smash through the wall, please.
Hey, I'm going to look around for a hammer, or a hammer actually.
You can find a hammer.
Is it a claw hammer?
Yes.
Can I make an Erte roll?
Sure. To do what?
I'm going to stick the claw of the hammer into the hole, and I'm going to hit it with another hard thing, and I'm going to pull out and rip off the wall.
Yay! Go ahead with that matter effect.
What?
Yes, I'm sure the Hesian will appreciate this so much when they come back. If they come back.
yeah.
And
Izumi was just going to punch a little tiny hole in the wall to pull a raccoon out, but no, you're going to rip the whole wall down.
It's just decoration, don't worry. It's rotting anyways. Jeez, it needed to come down for them to be able to take it out and repair it.
And when you bring you expand the hole significantly, and out of it comes a cat, and the cat turns into a human form that many of you have probably seen before. It looks like a girl wearing a clubbing outfit. It looks disheveled. She's got multicolored dyed hair and glow stick necklace and glow sticks bracelets, and she goes, "Look, we wanted to be left alone. Leave us alone."
Miyako, what the heck's going on? Why'd y'all disappear?
After Halloween, we all acted weird. We wanted to regroup and figure out exactly what happened.
You're telling me you can't remember it either?
No!
I turn back to the guy that has lost his memory and say, you know, I could really help with that.
Technically, that would be every single changeling.
No. Yeah.
They
And
all lost their memory.
rather not do that.
Fracture,
And she just looks around and is like, "Wait, this happens to you guys too?"
Jonathan will look at her. Yeah, it's a pretty same thing.
And she blinks once and twice, and she says, "Well, then you guys have to help us find the Mandarin."
The Mandarin.
What happened to the Mandarin?
Why am I looking for an orange?
We can't find him.
Jonathan will literally go, "Is this like what happened to the Baroness?" And he's like holding his head in his hands, like, "Ugh, not again." And he says, "Fucking Samhain."
Where was the last place and time that you saw this Mandarin?
Right around midnight on the 30th, I was working for him in the West Clinic, and then, and she snaps her fingers. I woke up midnight on the 1st.
You too?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Where's the West Clinic?
In the west.
on the west side of the night market.
Well, okay.
Points west.
Can you show me where in the room or in the clinic you last saw him?
Sure, I can. And she turns into a cat again and starts marching out the front door.
Go for.
I'll follow.
Arthur will follow as well.
And Izumi shrugs and takes point right behind her because she's the least squishy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jonathan is going to shake his head at the wall and just look at Nick. And you can see in like chimerical reality, he just has this look on his face of pure
Yeah,
disappointment. Nick.
the raccoon follows behind and turns human. And looks like a very angry young man. And he says, "You guys are going to pay for that wall, right?"
I shut up. Give me a moment. I'll fix it. I just need a couple of nails. It's a very easy fix, guys. Trust me, I deal with this all the time.
He reaches into his pocket and he does something magical. You don't need to roll for it because he's not making any attempt to hide it. And he pulls out 5 nails.
I take them. And
Okay.
I take the hammer and I pick up the piece of wool that I ripped out, and I'm going to roll another artifact.
And don't patch all of the hole because I like to guard the place in there.
All right. And
I have an eye hole.
Creepy Asian changelings need their peepholes.
Just ritual cast it, dude. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Add a character, Charles. If you do a mind effect on Riker, he's going to just look at you and counterweave it and say no.
I wasn't planning on doing the mind effect on you.
So she leads to the West Clinic, and
I know.
she meows. Arthur can kind of tell that they're the foo dogs,
Okay.
and the foo dogs step aside. The foo dogs step aside, and you hear a click in the lock. So,
Well, that's convenient.
and she looks at Izumi, who opens the door, and in they go. And she goes to the back, and she points a paw at the big chair, which is the chair they have you lie down to do acupuncture in.
Oh.
And
Okay.
she turns human again, and she says, "He was cleaning the chair."
Okay. Chimerical reality and perception keying the chair and 2 successes.
Okay, there is a nightmare chimera sitting on that chair with a big old pumpkin on its head.
Well,
Anybody can see this? Can you affect that and get that thing off that chair because that's bad.
Jonathan will like walk up and try and grab it and pull it off the chair.
No, I'm not touching it. Sorry.
Okay, you touch a nightmare chimera?
No, he's gonna like take his cane and actually hit it with his cane.
Okay. You try to hit a nightmare chimera. Awesome. It opens its mouth, and then the pumpkin opens up, and it's got another row of teeth. And it goes, "Bye!" and it runs off.
Fuck.
I was trying to avoid that. That's not good.
so, anyways, I'm going to roll divination through time, and I'm going to be looking for the guy that was here a couple days ago.
Okay,
And-
please go ahead.
And I'm going to tap the cat and ask politely if I can do a mind effect on it.
She'll blink slightly, and then she'll nod.
So I'm going to sit down cross-legged in front of it and start playing on
Jackson, you need more successes.
Yeah, I
The
know.
ritual cast it. Okay. You feel the mists.
How
The
do I-
mists are preventing her from remembering.
Alright. So,
Okay, so I'm now up to 3.
Okay. With three, you get it. What ends up? Here's the scene you see. They're going about their business. They're talking about the shop, and they're talking about spiritual business. And then all of a sudden, they blink, and their personalities completely shift. He becomes unnaturally bossy, and demands that she pay tribute to him. And she becomes completely and utterly refusing to do anything he says at all. They actually come to blows, and she escapes into the night. He cleans everything up and then leaves.
The stuff that he cleans up, does he put it in the biohazard bin?
No.
Or in the trash can?
No, what he does is he just straightens things up, uses magic to fix anything that was broken, then steals all the magic out of the room and leaves.
Okay.
Ari.
Wow.
Well, here's where this is going to get weird, Ari.
Yes.
I'm going to use the time divination, combining it with life to follow his pattern back into the time and follow where he went.
Weave a life pattern into your existing time divination. Go ahead.
Yep.
As
Boy.
me, do I get anything, or do I just get buffeted by the mist?
You
got
get
two
buffeted
more.
by the mist. You can't use mind to retrieve memories lost to the mist.
I got two more successes.
Say no.
The books say no, dude.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you can pull up his life pattern. Do you have spirit?
Yes, I do.
You will. Something tells you want to weave spirit into this as well.
Okay. Got it.
I just didn't want you to lose it as soon as he shifted. So
Yeah.
here's what happens. He goes to all three of the other clinics.
Oh, man.
One by one. He goes to blows with every single one of the people in them by being unnaturally bossy. And they're
because
all
I
acting
have-
like assholes.
And because you actually have to keep walking. Or, yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, Jackson just leaves to do this stuff, but I'm going to describe it, okay?
I think everybody's probably, or at least Riker is going to follow because he's doing a thing, and his curiosity flaw just goes, ooh,
Yeah.
shiny.
Izumi will follow anyways because she has to guard him. Everyone
I'm
else?
just going along to make sure that nobody gets hurt and that nobody does anything stupid.
Okay.
And I'm following.
Miyako is staying. Miyako is specifically not following.
Yeah.
Miyako is scared for a reason she doesn't know why.
But
Yeah.
before I leave Miyako, I give the cat a card and tell her if she's ever in trouble to give me a call.
Miyako just turns into a cat and ducks behind some furniture so you can't see her.
I know. I leave the card at the cat's feet.
Yeah, the raccoon seems to be following you guys from a distance. As a raccoon.
Okay.
And so he marches to every other clinic one by one. He comes to blows with any Hisian who's still there, and he is acting immaculately bossy this whole frickin' time. And he is commanding everyone to just bow down to him, and nobody's doing it. One or two of the Hisian do surrender, and he just bitch slaps them and then steals all the magic in the room.
Okay.
This is what happens when your yin legacy is ringleader.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
And he does this for all four of them, and then he goes to the center of the night market. And while all the changelings are playing pranks and nobody's noticing him, and he raises his hand, and he seems to ascend into heaven.
Holy shit. Out of character?
And you can tell that he hasn't actually completely gone, but he's somewhere
Up there.
kinda above where they're at. And you
I
can
don't
tell
know.
with the life and spirit pattern, he's still there.
He's still there in the present.
He's still there in the present.
Whale.
Arthur,
Yep.
you gonna do anything with that information?
Is Arthur actually seeing all this?
No, but you can
No.
tell him.
And
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself, aren't I?
Changeling, counterweave.
Hey, Arthur,
Yeah.
do you see that?
Arthur's gonna look up.
There's an umbral pocket realm directly above where you're standing.
Who the fuck did that?
That would be the guy we're looking for, Mandarin.
Arthur's gonna try to pierce
Oh,
the gauntlet and see into that realm. Oh my
Okay.
god! Why can't I get?
Okay, yes,
like,
oh my god, you do it. You do it, 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 you do it.
just so everybody
You
can
have pierced
see.
it, you in fact pierced the gauntlet so strongly that you accidentally step sideways. But that's a good thing, you'll see
Yeah.
why.
Okay.
can Riker grab onto his shoulder and just ride?
No. Here's what happens.
Damn.
When you step sideways, you see the celestial temple that this dragon line is exactly meeting. The Four Dragon Kings temple is directly above where you're standing, and you're looking right at the underside of it. But right at the bottom of it is a ladder leading to a doorway that shouldn't be sideways like that.
Arthur's gonna
And-
see if anybody else is coming through.
And nobody's going anywhere near that ladder. But as you try to approach it, you feel chi energy pushing you away from it.
So something's trying to keep me out.
Yeah.
Um.
And
Is it like I feel if I try to go from the Umbra into the Dreaming and I get knocked back?
no, it's not quite like that. It's a wind of yin and yang energy sort of swirling together, and it's hard to grasp onto the ladder because of so much chi is being forced through it.
Okay. Alright, Arthur's going to manipulation empathy to call out to the master of the temple, I beseech an audience.
4 voices above you say, "You may climb the steps."
Arthur will attempt to climb up the ladder.
The ladder still pulls you away. That is not the
One
entrance to
time.
our temple.
Alright,
That I don't
so
have to-
I can actually manipulate the Umbra with enough spirit energy, so I'm going to attempt to climb to.
Actually, you asked the master of the temple. That's the 4 Dragon Kings, and they said you can climb the steps to their to the top of the temple. The
Alright.
ladder is not the way. That essentially.
Intelligence esoterica to determine what they're referring to.
Go ahead. What's
So
your
what time I
esoterica
really-
in?
My esoterica is in spirits and spiritual realms.
Sweet, that'll work perfect.
That the one time I would love Spirit Link, and I didn't think to take it.
Nothing.
Try
But
to take it.
I'm going to give this one to you for free.
Okay.
In the 4 cardinal directions, near exactly where the medicine shops are, you see steps leading up to that temple that's floating above your head.
Alright. So Arthur will go to the temple of the north and attempt to climb the steps.
Okay. When you climb the steps, the temple's sort of a pyramid shaped, and when you climb all the steps, there are 4 seats facing each of the 4 cardinal directions, and there is a Dragon King sitting on each seat.
Arthur will go to his knees.
And I'm going to handle the other people first, real quick.
No problem. I'm going to use the.
Everyone else, Arthur just disappeared.
One time, the one thing I really need to figure out how to do that. Okay. How do we do?
Since I've got spirit senses mixed in this, Arthur's just in the Umbra, right?
Yeah, Arthur's just in the Umbra. You see him try to touch a ladder, which leads straight up to that pocket realm you can see.
Yeah.
And he can't quite grasp it, and now he's walking north.
Oh man.
So how do we follow?
Izumi's gonna spend a Yangtze, and she's just gonna look up at that pocket realm, and she's gonna go. I'm guessing dollars to donuts that the Mandarin's in there.
Yeah. Yes.
How do we follow him, considering I can't go up there?
Izumi's going to make a phone call, and someone's going to show up with a bag of jade tokens, and Izumi's going to hand one to everybody.
What do these look like in the chimerical reality?
They're loaded with that same wind that that surrounds the Hessian, but they've obviously got magical power. And Izumi's going to say, "Okay, everyone, join hands."
Filthy commoners. No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody, we're going on a field trip.
Yep, and she's going to roll her yang and try to get everyone through. Crap.
Oh, the Lord.
And her token breaks, because I'm going to be generous because I really want to actually do this plot. And she takes another one and tries again.
By the way, Ari, what do I see? Just curious.
What sites you have up?
Yes, I have them on the Google Glasses. Mind, Prime, and Matter.
Okay, Prime.
Plus he's enchanted.
There's a big Prime thing directly above your head that you can't really focus on because it's in the spirit realm.
Got it.
Mind. There are lots of minds here because it's the night market and it's night.
Not really worried about the mind part. It's more or less the Matter and the Prime on the tokens that were just handed to me.
Okay, Matter.
Yeah.
They are made of jade. They are made of pure jade.
Wow, that's
like
right.
very few other materials are actually in there.
Like, yeah, that's completely wow. I kind of don't want to let this go now.
Yeah, Prime. It's actually charged with Prime.
Can I tell what type of Prime, or is it just Prime?
It's charged with an energy that you would quantify as. You would quantify it sort of like quintessence, but merged with the dynamic change of the universe.
Okay. You can take corners.
Dynamic.
It's loaded with it's loaded with Yang Qi. Okay.
Okay.
And
This is
Izumi holds everyone's hands, and the second time around it keeps, and everyone's going to step sideways, but that's after Arthur's gone north.
Yep.
So Arthur, the Dragon King of the North, looks you up and down, and he says, "Arthur Wainwright, you are a mage. You are a mage of the spirits, and you are a wise person. I grant you this audience."
I am grateful for the audience. Forgive my impertinence upon approaching. I have come in seek of your children, the Hessian. Something has occurred with them, and they are scared. Their Mandarin is gone, and they do not know what happened.
We have observed the Hissian's change of behavior. It is only those Hissian who have made their home under our temple who have been affected. The Westerners have brought some of their curse with them.
You mean the curse on Swain?
Yes.
Is there any way to cure them of this?
Simple. Uncorrupt the dragon nest.
Arthur is going to look down at the ley lines. Have they been? What
They
do
are
resemble?
glowing with purpley blue energy. In other words, they've been infused with glamour.
Arthur
Oh,
will
Lord.
give a sigh, because he knows that his quintessence is more in line with chi than glamorous by far.
Yeah.
I believe there is a way, with help from fellow Primages, that I could purge the glamour from here. However,
You will have to discuss that with the Mandarin. He has gone to his private study.
where may I? Do you know where I may find him?
He points down and he says, only a being of extreme cleverness or extreme power can bypass his defenses.
Thank you. I will take this under consideration. If
He
I may
bows his
ask
head.
one more thing.
Yes. Yes.
Is he still corrupted, or has he been released from the feud that affected his
We
people?
cannot see into his private study.
Thank you. I apologize for my impertinence. And he will bow
If
and
when
he
you
will-
see him, tell him that all four of us do not appreciate him leaving in public like he did.
I will ask my friends if they have knowledge of that. But I will make sure that
No,
he knows that.
He did this in the middle of the night market at night.
Oh, well, I'll let him know. And I'll start working on ways to cover that up. I don't-
Covering it up will be less of a problem thanks to the Westerner's curse, but it was still witnessed.
I understand. I will let the Mandarin know your displeasure.
He bows.
I'll bow
May
again
the,
and he
may
will.
the wind of the north. May the wind of the north carry you home.
My thank you. I'm far from home, and it is nice to be here where I have some measure of camaraderie.
And the Dragon King goes back to fanning himself with his little paper fan.
And Arthur will make sure to back his way down the steps instead of turning his back on the dragon. Once he's a respectable distance, he'll turn around and head down the rest of the way.
All right. And when you do, you spot everyone else who's just managed to step sideways.
Ari, is this technically the Umbra, and what's the mechanics for bringing a changeling to the Umbra?
I'm sorry, what?
What's the mechanics of what the physical mechanics for a changeling coming to the Umbra?
Changelings can come through the Umbra. They can't stay in the Umbra for too long.
Oh.
Basically, non-werewolves have a hard time staying physically in the Umbra for too long.
Oh, okay.
We're fine as long as we don't stay here for more than a couple hours.
Yeah.
Well, unless, of course, we decide to go to the Horizon Realm, in which case we'll be fine.
Yeah. Umbral
And-
realms are bad, but we'll be fine.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
meanwhile, you've got a mage with Cosmology 3 here, so I can navigate us to 1.
So can
We're
Arthur
also trying to get to one. It's right above our heads with this ladder we can't climb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming we all see this temple.
Yeah. The temple, you're seeing the bottom of a temple with a ladder leading up into a door that shouldn't be there, and it's sideways.
Would you mind if I make an intelligence check?
An intelligence plus what?
Well, I don't have the correct lore, but it would be a religion check. But I could roll it off.
How much mage lore you got?
2.
Do intelligence +1 because that's your virtual Umbra lore.
All right.
What do I know about how wrong this is with Cosmology 3?
This is a doorway into an Umbra realm.
No shit, and it doesn't belong there too.
No, it's
It really doesn't.
no, it's just doors that are sideways and floating on air and having a ladder sticking out of them.
Really don't belong.
Yeah.
Someone put that
With
there.
those 2 dice, this is a doorway to an Umbra realm, and you also know a little bit about the place you're at. Up above you is the Temple of the 4 Dragon Kings, because you are standing on a dragon line. Inside of a dragon nest, essentially. And where that ladder is exactly where the dragon lines cross.
Sweet. With the crossing of Dragon Line, where to Dragon Nest? That's enough.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And you've got 4 really powerful dragon spirits sitting in that temple above you, so you probably don't want to drain it.
Oh no, you don't drain it. But being near a node decreases the difficulty of magic.
Yes. You are straight up in a node. It would be 3 dots of node because it's chi and not quint, so
All right. So don't cast magic. Got it.
No, cast all the magic. Just don't drain them. Don't use Prime to drain the magic.
Right. So
It's if
all
you
right.
do, Arthur's gonna have words with you when he gets there.
yeah. Arthur, you're there at this point.
Yeah.
Arthur,
Izumi's trying to grasp the ladder, and her hand just keeps bouncing off of it.
Arthur's going to close his eyes and he's going to attempt to sense the wind pattern using Spirit 3.
Okay.
1 success.
The wind pattern is unnatural. It's made up of yang qi and yin qi in various interlacing patterns. It would be difficult, but not impossible, to predict it with that side up to climb this ladder.
All right.
I'm
What
going-
would be the roll for that?
Dex Athletics.
Hey, Ari, I'm going
Yeah?
to attempt with the spirit time sense that I've got up to sense the time flows for it.
Okay. Go ahead and
2
roll them.
successes.
Sweet. Hey, Arthur, you're up.
So Arthur maneuvers his way through while chanting in Enochian, maneuvers his way through the wind and starts climbing the ladder.
Okay. Great. You can predict it perfectly with the time sense added to it.
Okay, then I will.
That basically is roll Dex Athletics and don't botch.
Question.
Yes.
If a changeling was an art, do we still have to burn flamer in here?
No. I'll be nice and say no. Mostly
Okay,
because you're in a fucking node, but in most of the Umbra you would, so.
Yeah.
So I got the success on the Dex Athletics.
Yeah, you didn't botch, you're good.
Because I'm nice, while I'm climbing, I'm going to be incanting in Enochian and to attempt to share my senses with the other people here.
Well, let the other people do their solutions first, because I want to see what
Okay.
everyone comes up with.
Yeah. Just because of the reduced difficulty of node.
Yeah.
Riker is kind of unfocused right now, so he's not. His mind's not resisting you. He's in an Umbra realm. Everything fascinates him right now.
Okay. You're not going to just hopscotch up there? Because that's what I was expecting you to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably going to do.
Alright.
After he,
Jonathan, what's your solution to this problem?
the double tag.
And by the way, the banality here is 4. So Jonathan, what's your solution to this problem? There's a ladder you can't climb to a door that's sideways.
Alright,
Yes?
wait till my dice come up. It's 7 successes even without bunking.
Yeah.
Plus,
so
you get
you're,
+1 with your
so you're on.
your house.
So you're on the. You end up on the other side of the door.
I accounted for the other one. It's 6 base.
Yeah. You end up on the other side of the door. You end up there first. Nick.
Well, fudge.
Oh crap! And I realized, oh crap! I forgot Jonathan down there.
Yeah, Jonathan has no way to get up, short of trying to come in with the wind.
Charles can just hopscotch him up too.
Are you talking about me or him?
Well, Nick, how are you getting up there? Because I want to hear everyone's solutions.
Well, if Jonathan doesn't have a way, I was going to make an item. Well, do an item like or something to give him forces to effect.
Uh,
But how are you getting up, Nick?
Same way.
Okay.
I had
Here's how Izumi gets up. And you're gonna love this. Izumi climbs onto the umbral shell of one of the cellar stands just to get a little bit of extra height. And she crouches down, and then she uses Flesh Shentai 1 to grow her legs as she jumps up. So she's gonna make a Dex Athletics. She's gonna make a Dex Acrobatics check to catch the door as she fucking leapfrogs up with Dulcine legs.
Lol.
6 successes. Hopscotch. Jonathan behind me.
Okay.
Because that's payroll.
Yep. So. Yeah, she made it. So everyone makes it to the door, and once the door opens, all the wind blows everyone inside, and it slams shut. And we are inside of we're inside of what looks to be a rather immaculate traditional Chinese office with all the furniture has that nice red stain and gold leaf on it. And the Mandarin is hunched over a desk, scribbling madly into his notes.
He's probably gonna get pissed at me and Riker.
So I pick up from the where I just got sucked in at and say, doing that for very long will actually mess with you. You actually need to get up and walk around a little for some time.
He looks up immediately, and he starts looking around at the collection of people who's come in, and he goes, "Oh my! How long have I been here?"
About a week.
Few days, a week, almost a week.
He blinks several times. He is in Wani form, so it looks like the air around him is burning. But he stands up and he shifts back to his human form, and he goes, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I had the most unusual experience, and I ended up here, and I was trying to discover exactly what had happened because I could not leave my yin aspect for some time."
Arthur will step forward at this point. You were caught up in the curse of the Westerners, Faye.
He blinks a bit, and he looks at Riker and looks at Jonathan and goes, "That can happen?"
Apparently it can.
The chi in your dragon nest has been transformed into Clamor. When that happened, it gave you their natures of their curse of changing natures on Salin. When that happened, I know that both Riker and Jonathan blacked out and do not remember what occurred for them. I'm sure that's also what occurred for you and your fellows.
He sighs a bit, and he looks at the two of them and says, "All right, one of the two of you needs to inform me of every change of personality that occurs for you during the course of the year."
I can only account for the ones that I counted that I remember, and The recent one is when I helped in assault on the Tonks white slave ring to save my adopted son, which you met before because I visited you to have him checked out.
Okay. I'll have to bring it up with the Duchess, because if your glamour is affecting our chi, you notice he was trying to say the word tainted, but he thought better of it.
Yeah.
If it's
Last thing
affected
I
our
need
chi,
is war.
we'll have to be better informed. This has brought all of our society to a screeching halt, I assume.
Arthur
They
will
really
not.
can't operate without me. And he waves a hand, and the door to the office opens, leading straight down. And he waves another hand, and the ladder becomes stairs. And he takes 2 steps down the stairs, and then immediately disappears. The stairs remain, though.
Arthur's gonna follow after him.
Yeah.
You guys lead straight into the Umbra, but because he's a Hissien, he can't actually enter the Umbra. So
So he just left.
he's back in the real world because he can't actually enter the Umbra.
Right.
Oh.
He can enter this pocket realm because it's a gift to him from the 4 Dragon Kings.
Yeah.
But he can't actually enter the Umbra because that's their curse.
Yeah.
Their entire purpose for being is they want to do something that werewolves do as a matter of course.
Yeah.
They just want to step sideways once and then rejoin the August personage.
Arthur's gonna begin investigating the dragon's nest
Okay.
once he's back in the Umbra.
Well, what kind of investigation you need to do?
He's going to attempt to determine how he can transform it back into pure chi.
Simple. Get rid of the freehold.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, and that's why the Mandarin was saying, "Oh, you guys need to tell us what's going to happen, and we'll figure this out later."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as long as the freehold is occupying the same mystic space as the Dragon Nest, the duchy,
The glamour's gonna bleed through. Alright.
the glamour is going to bleed through. It's basically the Dragon Kings don't seem to mind. It's affecting the Hissien, though, because they're pulling chi from this pool.
Yeah.
And their whole it's all just this sort of interesting times, as it were.
Alright, so Arthur's gonna walk through the node and attempt to re-enter the living world.
Hey, you can re-enter the living world.
Alright.
And Izumi's going to take everyone else, and she's going to hold their hands, make sure that they were standing in the same spot they were, and attempt to pull everyone through.
Arthur's gonna look for the Mandarin once he's through, just so you know.
Okay. The Mandarin is through, and he's speaking with the raccoon,
Okay.
and the raccoon is nodding and listening and goes off to do things, and then Miyako comes up behind him and goes, "You jerk!" and hugs him.
Arthur just
That's just about the time we all get through.
Alright, Arthur will walk up to the Mandarin. I do have a message from the Dragon of the North.
Yes.
Don't ascend into your safe place in full view of the public again.
He sighs and says, "I wasn't completely in my right mind, but I will bear that in mind."
We understand that. They just wanted to make sure you were aware that you did do that.
He nods. I don't remember doing it, but I will trust the Dragon King's judgment. They are the protectors of our source of chi, after all.
And they recognize me as very wise, so there may be something wrong with them. And he'll just kind of smirk.
He'll chuckle and say, "Well, you have been elected by the council, so you can't possibly be wise."
That's true.
And he says, he looks around the whole group and he says, "I feel I should offer you all a reward."
Arthur's just like, man, I just came to make sure you're okay and that see what I could do to help out. That's all I do.
Nonsense. And he reaches into a bag, and he presses into Arthur's hand a coin. It looks very old, and he does it to each and every one of you. And hey, look, you all get lucky. You all get a lucky coin.
Yay!
Yay.
It's something Arthur will never
Effect is
use
going to
because
be- Effect is going to be determined later. Yay!
Yay!
Oh,
Luckily,
Arthur's not going to use it because he considers it a precious gift. So.
Yeah.
It's probably what I'm probably going to have it do is you guys are going to each get noted on your blue booking, and what I'm probably going to have it do is you're each going to get a lucky break at random at some point, and then the coin will lose its luster.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Basically, it's a token of he's going to make something nice happen to you at some point.
Nice.
Well, Jonathan is inspecting. He's going to be inspecting the freehold. If Arthur relayed why the Hessian are having their issues, he's going to be kind of inspecting the freehold and the dragon nest.
Okay. What Arthur can, what you can see from the freehold is fine. It is exactly the way it usually is. The
Arthur
problem
seems to be
is
looking at
that okay. Give me a moment. I'm going to draw a quick diagram of how things are laid out in the night market.
Okay.
This is going to be crappy MS Paint, so bear with me.
Oh man. You come see your paint skills.
Paint with all the colors of the wind, Ari.
Paint with all the colors of the Microsoft.
Yeah. Like I said, the wind, right?
Yeah.
No, they would be windows.
Yes. Paint with all the Microsoft colors of the Microsoft.
Okay. So Ari, we're gonna see. I guess this is your art or your intelligence crafts. How good you can do on intelligence crafts?
It's my Dex crafts because I have motor skill problems.
Well, okay. Yeah. See, I guess it could be your Dex crafts, but you're doing it on a computer. So I guess it could be your intelligence computers.
Well, I'm also doing it rushed, so it is Dex.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
Or wits. Could be your wits as well.
Okay. And screen sharing. Bleep. Okay. The night market is basically set up on this big cross-shaped intersection of alleys. There are traditional medicine shops here, here, and here. And the two big entrances to the duchy are here and here.
Ooh.
Okay, you with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the dragon lines go like this.
She's right in the stream.
And so that means all of the glamour that's being produced by the freehold is going to be bleeding into the dragon lines.
Yeah, she's right in the stream. That's not good.
And you
No,
know
it's
she
not-
isn't going to give that up.
It's not
The
bad.
changelings aren't going to give it up.
It just means that the Hessian are going to have interesting times.
Yeah.
And even though nobody's playing one, I wanted it to be noted in a scene. So yeah.
You know, this is probably the one time where the Hessian have the legitimate chance of being able to go into the Umbra, because the magic of the Fae is different from their chi.
Yeah, but the magic of the Fae can't take you to the Umbra.
The magic of the changeling can take you to the dreaming.
And they can go into the Dreaming. They just can't go into the Umbra. In fact, any attempt to pull them into the Umbra fails.
Well, because the magic of the Fae can get you from the deep dreaming into the deep Umbra, So there's a way of finagling it.
There is.
You would
It's
have-
possibly. There's a possible way of finagling it, but it's any
But
attempt
that'd
to.
be incredibly dangerous.
It would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
incredibly dangerous, and also because they're not Fey, bringing them into the deep dreaming will actually break their minds.
Yeah.
and they would
Even
have
Fae,
to-
even changelings and true Fae have trouble entering deep dreaming. So
Yeah.
taking a non-changeling in there would, make you go completely batshit
True Fae
crazy.
have the opposite problem of the deep dreaming because they're from Arcadia. It's the
Mhm.
deep dreaming is too banal for them.
Oh,
That's
God.
right. Yeah. Of course, and even if you go into the deep dreaming and you keep your sanity, then you have to deal with all the things that live there.
Yeah.
See-
Yeah.
See, what you do is you go into the deep dreaming as a technocrat with banality 10, wearing a Myrmidon suit with premium plating, carrying
Premium.
premium weapon.
Premium
then
plating,
watch
premium
as
weapons, and then that just the
And
problem
then
And
is
watch as the dream
watch,
itself
watch the deep dreaming
kicks
burn.
you out.
yeah.
Or keep you out.
Here's the thing. You know how the old you mind ending the thing before I tell this?
Are you gonna do a sign off or anything?
Well, that's scene, everybody. Keep playing and keep being your wonderful selves. Ciao.
Cool.